Hi, I'm Katya Hughes. Welcome to my program, Built to Scale, laying the foundation for growth with a business operations system. I founded Inflection Point Studio to help CEOs and business executives to prepare their businesses for growth and make their journey as smooth as possible. I experienced firsthand what it takes the executive team to push an organization through a transition from product market fit to growth, from development to production, from a startup to a commercial organization. I learned that there is one factor that makes a profound impact on the pace of the journey and also on the livelihood of the executives and their employees. It is the business operations system. I will share the best practices based on my lessons learned with the goal to help you make your invigorating journey of growth and scaling up smoother and your maturity phase profitable. This will give you an advantage because you will know what is hiding behind the corner and you will plan ahead. I'm going to show you how exciting it could be to start building your business operations system. So, what is a business operations system? Let's look at the picture of the clock components that need to be assembled. Doesn't it pull you in? You probably want to get your hands on all these parts and put them together. This exercise appeals to your systems thinking. You know what it will look like in the end, and it's satisfying. Let's apply our systems thinking to the business principles, concepts, and techniques. When you look at this business operations soup, it looks like chaos, but it really is a number of effective components dying to be put together into a business operations system to help you run the company. Since systems thinking is about understanding how things influence one another and about figuring out how they interconnect, the business operations system is about understanding what elements of running a business are necessary and how to bring them together to create a robust, resilient, and flexible business system that enables you and your team to make quick decisions, prioritize, solve problems, and continuously improve. Business operations. Based on what I have seen across many scaling startups and established businesses, there is one particular scenario that shows up again and again. Let's bring it to life. The story starts with a business that has a solid technology and funding and a genius CEO who is featured on a magazine cover. The company is outgrowing the parents' garage. The team is energized, and each member enjoys the fast paced, flexible environment and wearing multiple hats. Fast forward 6 years. The company has hired 250 people, attracted investors, secured solid customers, and has thrown a huge and expensive holiday party to impress its shareholders and show appreciation for their employees. It looks great from the outside. Here is the truth. Senior talent is underutilized. Junior talent is overwhelmed. Cash is disappearing quickly. Work gets missed in some areas and duplicated in others. People are stepping on each other's toes. The entrepreneurial energy that once defined the team is slipping away. Teammates are frustrated with each other. Talented people are leaving, and those who used to love wearing multiple hats now say, "This is not my job." And our chief executive officer hasn't slept in weeks or months. It is chaos. Unfortunately, many businesses appear to be doing well on the surface while quietly spiraling downward. To find out why the organization in our example is struggling, let's find out if they have changed their approach to running the business to accommodate their success. Unfortunately, they did not. The team is still using the same principles that helped them build their business from the ground up. So, why isn't it working now? The startups are categorized by uncertainty and lack of structure. They have a very flexible operating environment where the team members are wearing multiple hats, experimenting, trying new things, and adjusting. That is normal because when you are an early startup, you don't want to create a whole lot of processes and formalize things since everything is in flex. For example, if you're writing software, you wouldn't create and perfect a ton of documentation for your system architecture because it will probably change by the end of the day. Startups are focused on idea, solution, which transforms into product or service, then making the first prototype, securing clients, and funding. All the critical steps to get to the minimum viable product and then to a very significant milestone. This milestone is the product market fit, and it occurs when you can barely keep up with your demand. When you reach the product market fit, you know that you have arrived. It is time to celebrate, but it is also time to think very seriously about what you're going to do to run your company. So that 20 years from now, you won't be describing your business as a 20-year-old startup. Once you start growing and preparing for future scaling up, you're expected to have more and more structure and predictability. For example, you should be able to forecast your sales. You might have a board of directors, which brings a whole new dynamic because now you have to report out to someone else and convince them that you know what you're doing, that you know how to run the business. To prepare your business for a smoother journey, start expanding your focus to your operational readiness by thinking of long term planning, improving your financial acumen, considering employee engagement. Some team members have been with you for a while, perhaps from your early startup days, and they could be exhausted from all of the activities to stand up the business, and now you're taking them on a whole new journey to grow a scale. The bottom line is your business needs to be operating like a machine that is not dependent on you, but it is dependent on the processes that you and your team have set up. And the expression, it is never too late to start, doesn't really apply. You can start maturing your processes at any time, but it is very hard to implement them when you're going full speed. It's like building an airplane while flying it. It's very hard to replace wings or the rudder when you're in the air. The opposite of business operations chaos is a robust business operations system, and without one, effective decision making and communication simply can't happen. It is important to note that structure does not mean sacrificing your entrepreneurial culture, but chaos will surely destroy it. So let's rewrite the story used in our example and figure out how we can build an effective business operations system. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly enjoyed our journey together, and we'll see you soon in the next program. Goodbye.